Hi, welcome along to Gunners on Duty. On this show, we take a look at our players that are on international duty just to see how they're getting on, and of course, pray that they come back injury-free. Now, only a few games on last night, but one of them featuring France, and not good news this one, not on the injury front, but for Olivier Giroud. Olivier Giroud booed by his own French fans in that game. Not once, but twice. He played 62 minutes of the game, was substituted on 62 minutes, and he was booed at half-time, not that loud, and booed again by a section of the fans when he was taken off. And in the game, he missed 3 chances. One of those chances, a striker of his caliber definitely should be burying those chances. I mean, his hold-up play in the game was very good. He held the ball up. Players were playing off of him very well. But as I said, there was one particular incident in the game which, for the Giroud detractors, they'll point to that and they'll say, you see, that is exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to Olivier Giroud. He's not clinical enough. That third chance put through by Griezmann, one-on-one with a goalkeeper, just a goalkeeper to beat, just needed to angle it. He side-footed it just past the post. And a player of Olivier Giroud's caliber should be burying a chance like that. And, the fans weren't happy. And, he got booed. Not good for Olivier Giroud's confidence. Already, he's having to carry a lot of the flack with Arsenal fans. So if he thinks he's going to think to himself, all right, a relief off of international break, I'm coming back to play for Arsenal this weekend. Again, fans will be on his case if he doesn't score. I was kind of saying this the other day. He's kind of going to be a bit of a scapegoat, I think, for Arsenal fans. The fact that we didn't buy a striker and everything's now hanging on him. And as I said, the chance that he missed yesterday are the sort of chances that Arsenal fans point to and say if he was more clinical, he should be burying those chances. Very interesting in the game that he got substituted for Karim Benzema. Benzema coming on. I mean, there's a lot of us at Arsenal who would like to see that picture that we're looking at there happening at Arsenal, but unfortunately it's not. Benzema came on. He didn't actually score. Both goals scored by Blaise Matuidi and Mitrovic, the guy got sent off against us for Newcastle, scoring the goal for Serbia. Another win for France, but not a good evening for Olivier Giroud. Mathieu Debuchy, by the way, he got on in the second half, and he managed to get some minutes. He didn't play in the game the other day, so that's good that he managed to get himself on the pitch and get some minutes. And Laurent Koscielny was an unused substitute. Of course, it's a friendly, as I said yesterday. France already, not even through. They're hosting the Euros, so for France, they don't have to qualify. So a good evening for France, but not for Olivier Giroud. And let's hope that he can get his confidence up before that very important game against Stoke for Arsenal at the weekend. Mesut Ozil, on the other hand, good evening for him, Ozil. Another win for Germany, 2 on the bounce for them. They beat Poland a couple of nights ago now. They had a very tough assignment away against Scotland. Always hard to go to Hampden Park, but another victory for Germany. Germany winning that game by 3-2, 2 goals by the excellent Müller in that game. You can see why Arsenal inquired about him and why Bayern Munich told him basically to get lost. 2 great goals from him in that game, and a big 3-2 win. Gundogan scoring that other goal. Another player was linked with a move to Arsenal, the Borussia Dortmund player. And Ozil, again, playing the full 90 minutes. He's a very, very influential player for the national team. Played the full 90 minutes. A sort of average performance by Ozil. It looked like what the Scots did is they obviously saw Ozil as one of the major threats, and they sort of detailed 2, sometimes 3 players on him. But decent game by Ozil. He still was getting his passing going and that, but didn't significantly affect the game. But the fact that he played 90 minutes again shows how important he is, a player in that German side, and he really is coming back to form at the moment. and let's hope he can also bring that form through to the game at the weekend when we play Stoke. Of course, remember, he was out of the Newcastle game with an injury, so it looks like he's over his injury problems. The fact that he's played 2 games back to back and played the full 90 minutes, I mean, it does kind of make you wonder. But he will be back for the game at the weekend, so that's good news. And the other game to tell you about, Poland thrashing Gibraltar by 8-1. Wojciech Szczesny, of course, our players on loan at the moment, was an unused substitute in that game. But at the moment, no injuries to any Arsenal players, and most of them having a pretty decent time with their countries. You know, their countries all seem to be on a sort of winning streak this international break. Yesterday, I asked you guys about what do you guys think when it comes to club v country. Here's a couple of comments. This one really made me laugh, from Jack Wild. He said, the international break is when Walcott gets injured. And he goes on to say, I don't like supporting Tottenham mugs and Liverpool mugs. I'd just rather the World Cup every 2 years, the same with the Euros, 3 friendlies a year, and throw them in at the deep end. So I think we could safely say he's a club guy and not a country guy. Obviously, Kieran says, Ozil is injury-free, thank God. But here's one here. This is Gam. He says, England, England. So he's definitely his country. And I've got to say a big shout out to David Ikamba. David Ikamba sent in an email, by the way, to me at Arsenal Fan TV, and he suggested that we do a show like this where we have a look at players on international duty. So big up to David Ikamba. He gave us the idea for this show. So thank you very much for that, David. And if you guys have ideas for shows, always feel free to send them in to us. We love to listen to what you guys have got to say. But David Ikamba was the one who gave us the idea for the show. Well done to him. And he said, for friend clubs, managers at those clubs get more of a say in their players' international involvement. But qualifying matches, etc., for sure, I'd go with players playing hard for internationals, building up form and confidence, and returning with that buzz to add into our squad and produce momentum for league matches. The tussle of club manager versus international manager begins, he says. And again, they're making the point that I was saying yesterday, that international break can be good for players because it can mean that they can go away for their countries play. What is it going to do for Giroud? As I said, bad game last night, 3 chances missed. As I said, 1 chance in particular, an easy chance that he should have buried. Let's hope that doesn't knock his confidence going into the weekend's game against Stoke, because basically we're relying on him. We've not got nobody else. So let's see what happens with that game. But that is your Gooners, or shall I say Gunners, on duty for today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to leave your comments below.